Hello everybody, welcome back to another amazing final stand video. Yes, I know it's been a very long time. It's like 2 months since my last upload. And obviously the next video I did promise I was going to make was the Majin build video, and well, guess what guys, here it is after the Namek update came out. I would like to apologize for the very long delay on this video, but as you guys may already know from the last video, I do have a job and I've been very focused on my personal life. So it's been a bit harder for me to make content in the meantime, also because motivation has been low and I just don't really want to come home and make YouTube videos after a long day at work. But other than that, here it is finally. After having a couple days off and, you know, not being exhausted, I managed to get on the game and decide to throw out the video, as you guys can see here. So a lot of people have been asking me to put out this video, and I've got a lot of questions about when it's going to happen and how to properly build the Majin. Well, here it is. This is not going to be a Bobby and Nara moment where I'm going to lead you on for 35 fucking minutes. No, I'm going to just get straight to the point. It's practically identical to the first game. In the original Final Stand, you could get away with doing health and melee, and you would be fine, because key mechs in that game really didn't matter due to rebirthing problems, but in this game, it works a little differently. There's a lot of niche things that you need to know about Majins and the game in general, because it's not as one note as it was in the original Final Stand. I've made over 4 different Majins, and recently, and especially during the double XP event, I got them all up to level 100, and the one that performed the best in soloing content, let's make that very clear, soloing content was the health max and key damage build. That was probably the best one, statistically speaking, for soloing content, but for overall, it is the same as the first game. Health max and key max, in my opinion, and for my analytical, side of things and testing, I still think it is the best you can do. The reason why I think key was a little bit better was because of the fact that in Namek, a lot of NPCs will get out of your combos very easily with melee, and because of that, key was just a little bit better. But in my opinion, I still think it's health max and key max. Now, look guys, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Majins are terrible, okay? They're the second worst race in the game. Okay, just like in the original Final Stand, they're very low on the totem pole. Now, before you guys get your panties in a twist, this is true, and I do stand by this. Now, reason why I say this is because, 1, at level 80, you get level 110, you get Purification. Now, Purification is not a bad form. It gives you 80 into all stats, a 3 times key max multiplier, and has basically no key drain. Even at 1-star mastery, it has no key drain. It basically feels that way. It's a very solid form. It gives you a lot of dodges and whatnot, and it's pretty great when you get it, right? It's a nice, decent power boost. You can start soloing your content a little bit easier. Having that extra key max is a fucking lifesaver, right? That is probably the best thing about Majin, right? With things like Reform and Absorb, you can make up for a lot of those missing stats, especially during questing content. Questing content being the planets, like you're doing your dailies, or you're doing your green quest, Questing content, Majins are the best in the game. There is no race that beats them. Okay, now that much I will tell you guys. Now, is that a good thing for casual players? Yeah, it's pretty good, because you can go through any one of the planets, you can go through Earth in a matter of days and not have any issues, because you can absorb things, and absorbing can be chained, and you can keep doing it over and over, and it makes you very strong. Now, is Absorb an end-all be-all? No. The reason why I say this is because they are not good in raids. Majins might as well be as useful as a wet paper towel in raids. And no matter what your damage stat is, no matter how strong you think you are the worst race in the game during raids. Because not only do you lack the damage, you also lack a good transformation, all on top of the fact that your abilities don't help you, right? Bosses like full power Frieza, aka 100% power Frieza, will just eat your Absorb, because Absorb doesn't work on certain bosses, including Fryaza and other raid bosses. Now, in dungeons, he's not too bad. When the Dabura dungeon came out, me and my buddy Dizzy, we managed to get through it pretty easily, but if I'm honest, he had to carry for me. I've tried soloing that dungeon over 100 different times by myself using 20 green beans, and I was not capable of soloing it on a Majin. It just was not possible, because at the time before this Namek update came out, it was not possible. You could not do it. You needed Purification, and even with Purification, I barely scraped by. Sometimes I would have to use over 20 beans, including the refrigerator capsule, just to get through the raid, because of how difficult it is for them to do anything, right? Purification, while being solid, is not better than Super Saiyan 2. Super Saiyan 2 is one of, if not the best transformation in the game at the moment. So is Super Saiyan God. I look inside the general chat in the Final Standard Remastered server, and I see people saying that Super Saiyan God needs a buff. Guys, it gives you 2 times stats, man. It gives you double your stats. At level 285, Majins get true anger. Now, as you can see, I don't have that. I was gonna wait to get it, and then I was gonna make the video, but one of my friends lent me their account, and I tested it for a while to see if it was any good. True anger is mid. It is not good. Okay, it is a shit form. It is the worst god form equivalent in the game at the moment. Level 285, and I'm gonna put the stats on screen right now. And if any of you guys can somehow defend this, you're losing your fucking mind, because that is garbage, bro. Look at that. Look at those resistances. Look at that. For what? For a little bit of health regen? Wow, I can't wait to use that. You're health capped in raids, dude. You're health capped. So that doesn't do anything for you. It does make questing content a little bit easier, but that does not give them the excuse to do that. Guys, Super Saiyan God is one of the best transformations in the game. Did you know that reversal capsule works on it? And that it's, I think from what I've gathered, is actually bugged at the moment. But reversal capsule will let you get back ki on punches and health. It's broken. And I'm pretty sure that works on Namekians as well. And that's a big rant that I have, as you guys can clearly tell. Now, what does this have to do with building them? This is me just trying to convince you that they're not good, right? What kind of capsules do I use? Dragon Body, Healthy Capsule, Iron Wall, and Life Capsule. Now, you can switch out Iron Wall for the opposite one. What's it called? I think it's called the Energizer Capsule. No, Energy Field Capsule. These increase your resistances to a specific type of damage by 5%, which Iron Wall does melee damage, and Energy Field does ki damage. It's pretty good. It's a solid buff to your tankiness. It makes you a little bit harder to kill. You can swap them out whenever you'd like. They're both good capsules, but I don't use them both at the same time because I think it's kind of a waste of a capsule slot. The Dragon Body capsule is also quite good as well. When you're above 50% ki, take less damage. It's quite good. If I'm not mistaken, it's 10% less damage from all sources, so it's pretty strong. Healthy capsule just gives you plus 25 health max, and Life capsule slowly regenerates your HP. This is good because Life capsule works all the time. Now, you may be wondering, well, why aren't you using any of the dynamic capsules? Aren't there any good ones there? No, for tank builds, there are none. There's some decent ones for melee builds, but for tank builds, all of them are kind of dog shit. You have the Bastion capsule, which is the best tank one there because the lower stats, the lower health you get, the more resistances you gain. Now, you can probably tell why that's kind of dog shit because, yeah, you get more resistances, but it doesn't matter because I'm about to die anyways. So what kind of difference did that make exactly? Oh, it didn't make a difference. It just sucks. Gotcha. Yeah, I know. It's fucking stupid. I don't really understand it. I don't know why it's a thing, but it is. So that's very cool. Very swag. Thank you very much for that, Snake World. Oh, on top of that, you also have... I mean, I guess you have Reform. Yeah, this is certainly a thing that you can use. Reform is the level 35 replacement for the transformation in the first game called Power Boost. Or is it level 25? I can't remember, and if I'm honest, dude, I don't care. Reform is one of the worst race abilities in the game. It doesn't help you at all. Getting Mastery on it is as age as you think it is, because getting Mastery in this game might as well be, you know, me trying to stick a cactus up my urethra, especially when it comes to transformations. This is mainly because of the fact that Snake's not very transparent when it comes to getting Mastery, but, you know, it's what he wants to do. I don't know why he wants to do it, but he doesn't want to tell you. So good luck making Reform any good. Personally, I think Majin should have been given the revive mechanic like the what Namekians have. Because, you know, out of all the races in the entire game, Majins are the only ones that have revived. And can revive. Huh? Personally, I don't really understand it. Nor do I really agree with the option. I mean, they're pretty weak. Like, you don't get very much as a Majin. You know you're stuck from level 0 to 100 without a transformation, right? So are humans and aliens. Because, you know, Kaioken really isn't a transformation. It's more like a fucking... It's just a middle finger to you, if it is anything else. Mystic is quite good, though. So, I mean, once you get that, you're pretty set, actually. Majins thrive on health max. That's mainly obviously because of their tankiness, and as you can tell with their transformations, that's what Snake is going to try to lean into more. The next transformation for Majin is going to be Metal Majin, and honestly, I'm pretty hyped about it. And I'm really hoping that the fact that it's going to be a very tanky transformation, and I'm hoping I can be unkillable. In the first game, when I used to play it quite a bit, when Majins got unstable and they got auto dodge, because if you guys remember, it was on command Ultra Instinct, it was quite good, and that made them very hard to kill, which meant that my Majin was one of the strongest characters in the game because, well, you can't really kill someone that's a health max build, and also has hella key max, all on top of having auto dodge for over 6 minutes. It was very absurd at the time. So that's what I'm kind of aiming for with the build in this game as well. Transformations seem to be leaning towards a more tanky or more subversive playstyle, to where you kind of last longer in a fight. As you can see, Purification, if you don't know, does have a passive, so does True Anger. And the passive for Purification is it gives you 4 extra dodges. As you can see, I have 9. It's pretty strong. Pretty hard to keep on your toes, or to catch in general. Making Majin's a pretty slippery race when it comes to dodging damage. And with True Anger also giving you the regen, it's quite nice. Majins are the best race in the game, possibly, for doing questing, but in all other metrics, they're some of the worst. People have told me in the general chat of the Final Stand Remastered server that Majins were the best at cheesing, which I don't really know what that's supposed to mean, guys. I'll be completely honest with you. This is a subjective standpoint in the player versus environment market. I'm not talking about PvP. This has nothing to do with that. And if I'm honest, PvP doesn't have anything to do with this game. It's just a subject of content. Okay, you can play it, you can enjoy it, you can like it, but this is not about PvP. Right? I don't care about it. It's not as much as I did in the first game. Right? And if I'm honest, this build is probably the best build you can have in PvP. The reason for this is because, well, you can absorb people and you can absorb enemies as well, so you can keep your stats up as much as you really need to, as long as you're good at micromanaging that. You get Gum Gum Pistol, which is one of the best moves in the entire game, and you also get Gum Gum Bazooka, which is a fucking joke. I don't know what the fuck the point of that move is. From what I've been told, you can use beams after it, but do you guys want to see what it does? Well, look at my keybar. Oh, I missed it, so it didn't use any keys. Sorry, guys. Let me show what happens when it lands. Oh. Well, I'm a fucking moron. I guess they buffed it. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, if you guys didn't know, when Gum Gum Bazooka first came out, it used 60% of your keybar. And apparently it doesn't use any now, which is quite nice. I might actually start using it, but that's besides the point. Gum Gum Bazooka is kind of a lackluster move. It's basically all it does is super fling the enemy away for free without you needing to do anything. Is it good? I don't know. Will I use it? Probably not. Why? Because Gum Gum Pistol is better. And you get it at a lower level. Personally, at the moment, Majins are kind of a mixed bag. You can do anything you want with them, so any build is viable on them as long as you want it to be viable, and, well, if you have the skills to pay the bills. But the general ease of use of them is not worth it. Like I said in the previous Majin video, I will just say this again. Don't play them, dude. They're not worth it. If you want to play Majins, just play Namekians. They do the same thing, but they do it better in every way. Because not only do they have every single Majin ability, they also get transformations. And they get God Key. What? I mean, guys, you can revive with them. People are telling me that Absorb is better than Revive. I don't know what Christmas crack you're fucking smoking, brother, but that's just not true. Because reviving is something Saiyans can do as well, with False Super Saiyan. Now, morons will tell you, well, it locks you in the transformation. Just use Rage. Problem solved. You get a sec. It doesn't matter how bad the revive is. It's a fucking revive. Dude, you come back to life. Do you know how strong that is? You get a second chance. Majin Buu got a million second chances in the show, but they didn't add it to the game for God knows what reason. All on top of that, Majins keep getting inadvertently nerfed. Brother, Gum Gum Pistol has gotten nerfed like 7 times, and let me tell you, it ain't because of Majins. It's because of fucking Namekians, brother. Look, there's not many things you can do with them other than maybe the health max and key max build. Even if you do run all damage on them, you're really not going to be getting anything out of the build. I mean, your key max won't fucking live up to the hype, and you won't have any health to actually tank anything, so you'll just end up fucking getting murdered and like, god damn, that's a lot. Murdered in a couple seconds. Overall, I'm very disappointed with how he handled Majins in this game. Like, I'm just sick and tired of playing every single fucking game like this that has Majins, and then their main quirk every single time, without fail, is absorption. You know, the main quirk of Majin Buu in the show wasn't that he could absorb people. That was Cell's quirk, okay? No, in the show, his quirk was that he was unkillable, right? Like, you couldn't kill Majin Buu, and that there was no way to stop him, right? That was the whole idea, was that he's this monstrosity, this beast that you can't touch, that you can't hurt, you can't kill, no matter what you did, right? And it took, obviously, the Super Spirit Bomb to kill him, right? And then, even then, he didn't fucking die. He came back to life. That motherfucker's still alive. Like, what? Huh? And then he came back as a little kid. This motherfucker doesn't stay down. So, why did Namekians get revived? Well, I'll tell you why. Because King Piccolo revived in the show. And because they're Snake's favorite race, if you didn't know that, which you probably did if you're watching this video. Yeah, Snake has a bias towards Namekians. Is it annoying? Very annoying. Because then that means he's just going to forget about the other races. People keep talking about how Super Saiyan God needs a buff, yet no one is talking about how fucking Majins and humans need a desperate buff. Snake said it himself. Guys, go through the patch notes. Scroll up right now through the patch notes in the Final Stand Remastered Discord server. You will see him say that humans are now ass Lamau, right? Because he nerfed humans, and now they're ass. That's what he said. Snake World, the guy who makes this game, is aware about how bad humans are. My brother in Christ. It's a balancing nightmare. Okay, moves right now, in my opinion, are in a good spot. I don't really think any of them need to be changed. I think they're all pretty solid, all things considered. So, yeah, you don't really need to worry about that. And in terms of loadouts, just make your own. Whatever works for you. As you can see, you can copy mine here. I think it's quite good. You can do a lot with this loadout. And of course, don't forget to use protection. It is probably going to be your best ability if you're going to be running the tank build. If not, just in general, it's a free 30 resistances. Tap Z or whatever you want the ability button to be, and next thing you know, you'll be tankier than a fucking, well, a tank, I guess. Positives don't exactly have much going for them, and it's a little bit upsetting to see them in this state at the moment. And I mean, honestly, man, as you can tell by the monotone and melancholy in my fucking voice, you know I'm not surprised by this. I've played Debug, I've played the original Final Stand, I've played every single fucking Dragon Ball game with Majins in them, and not a single fucking time have these people got this race right. Why? I don't know why. I'm not asking for them to be overpowered. No, see, that's what we call delusion. I want them to be interesting, which is what they never are. It's always the same gimmick. It's always absorption. It's always a little bit of health regen. It's never anything cool or interesting. I mean, Purification in Xenoverse 2 turns you into Kid Buu, which is fucking sick, right? That's cool, right? And it even changed your moveset. Am I asking for something like that in this game? No, but at least it was unique. It was diverse. It gave you something to do. It gave you something to look forward to and master and get good at, because it had your unique moves and movesets that would make you think twice before using it, and it was fucking fun to use it. It was a lot of fun to use Purification in Xenoverse 2. That shit was fucking cool, right? But now it's just like a form that gives you 80 stats and makes you bigger for some reason. It's just a sick joke. And, I mean, I know half of this video is just simply a rant about Majins, but what else is there really to tell you? Like, how to build a Majin, bro. Don't play them. Don't pick the character that you want to play. Don't do that. Why? Because there's just a better one that you can pick. It's an RPG game, right? You think that he wouldn't fucking have the goal to you know, make races better than the other, but he does, right? Because not only that, Gum Pistol is the best thing about Majins, right? You could argue absorb, but it's not, right? Because guys, you can't absorb in raids. It doesn't fucking work. It doesn't do anything. Absorb, on top of all of that being said, uses hella ki. Great. Awesome. I'm glad that I used 30% of my key bar for a mediocre stun that doesn't land half the time. Oh, and don't even think about using it when you're playing with your buddy, because if you didn't know, even though you might be tracking someone with absorb, it can still hit your friends, because they can take it from them. Just like how when you throw a Senzu beam, the enemy can eat it up and heal. Exact same thing. Why is it a thing? Dude, I couldn't fucking tell you. I don't know why. I don't know why they decided to make it a thing. And absorb only lasts for 5 minutes before you lose your stats. People talk about it like it's the saving grace of this entire character, but dude, half the enemies only give you 20 to 50 stats. You're aware of that, right? Which, is that a bad thing? I guess not. But that's basically nothing compared to someone like Jarens, who have 220 in their final form, or fucking Super Saiyan God, which doubles your stats, or Legendary Super Saiyan, which gets you 200 stats. Fucking hell, it gives you 300 when you master it, and with the new Namek update, stealing Dragon Balls, you can do that immediately. Oh my god, you know how strong you get as a fucking Saiyan if you fucking master Legendary Super Saiyan? It's absurd. It's positively absurd. What do humans and Majins get? They get fucked. That's what they get. You get fucked. You pick them, you're fucked. Why did you pick them? I don't fucking know, maybe because you're a fucking moron. How dare you pick Majins, you filthy fucking troglodyte. It's disgusting. It is positively disgusting how little people fucking care about the balancing in this game. I mean, every time you walk into that Discord server, the only thing you'll see is people complaining about how weak Saiyans are, despite them being easily the second best race in the game, without there even being a remote fucking contest. Because you're not going to be able to name a better race. You fucking can't, dude. Because the only ones that come close, maybe Jarens, maybe androids, maybe just maybe, because you know, key drain is pretty good, and you know what I mean, Jarens, you know, key health is pretty strong. I'll give you that. It's pretty good. What do Majins get? Nothing. You don't get anything. You go into a raid, you die. Yeah, I can't solo the Namek raids. Dude, look what level I am. I'm 62 levels past Namek. Dude, I go there right now and do full power Frieza. I will get my shit mollywopped. Right? Is it a skill issue? Yeah, it is a fucking skill issue. Why? Because he's the most absurdly broken and infuriating NPC to fight in the entire game. Now, if I don't sit here and farm up 20 senzu beans, which takes me, mind you, for me, will take me hours, and I don't get that much time throughout my days, right? I have to pick and choose what I want to do very wisely. I only get 2 days off a week, right? Because there's this saying, guys, called having a life. So unfortunately, can't really fucking grind this game as much as I would like to. Which is fine, I don't care, but it's still a point that I'm trying to make here. I don't want the game to be easy, but I want it to be fair, right? When I combo Frieza as a Majin, I shouldn't, see him use quite literally 3 different fucking evasives in a row. Because he'll backflip, instant rise, and then use Z-Vanish all in the same fucking time frame. Which is true, by the way, he does do that. Why does he do that? Fuck you, that's why. What was the option there? There wasn't. You're just getting fucked now. Have fun. You will. You're gonna fucking sit down. And you're gonna have your pudding, and you're gonna like it. It's a bit absurd how bad a lot of the balancing is in this game and the original Final Stand. Guys, if you just go back to the original Final Stand and look at the Majin stat list, you will drop your fucking drawers, because about 90% of it is just pure unadulterated ass. It's absurd. There's no amount of grinding you can do to make this race even worth it, and 99% of the time you're gonna have some troglodyte Neanderthal fuck trying to convince you otherwise. I've had a lot of people try to say, well, actually, they're really good. I'm like, dude, fuck you. Shut up. Shut up. What the fuck are you saying? Because you try to ask them to make a good argument about why that is. And they'll just say something retarded, like absorption. What? Comment down below right now, and please explain to me how absorption makes this character any better. What does it do? It gives you some stats. Okay. Only on Earth, and only in Namek, if you can even absorb whatever it is that you're killing. And you only get the stats for 5 minutes. 90% of the time when you absorb something, which there's a lot of bugs in this game, you won't even get to absorb it. You'll miss out. Stats don't last that long, you don't get that many. Okay, maybe you do. Now what? You want to do the raids because you did all the quests on Namek. Now what do? You can't do anything. You're fucked because you can't kill Frieza, because you can't absorb anything in the raids. So, what are you supposed to do? Seriously, what are you supposed? You're just kind of cooked. Now, of course, these arguments, everything I just told you, applies to humans as well. I'm not saying that it's impossible to solo raids on Majins. It's not. I mean, I have soloed 100% Frieza. I have. It took a lot of skill and it took a lot of time and practice, but I've managed it, and it is possibly one of those absurd things I've ever done in my life. I have a friend who has Super Saiyan God, as it takes me about 15 to 20 minutes to kill Frieza. That's pretty shitty, but you know what? I make it work. He's a Super Saiyan God. He can kill Frieza in 2 minutes. 2 fucking minutes. What? He's only level 220. Because he wished for it. He wished for Super Saiyan God. That motherfucker is absurd with it, my guy. Absurd. And then you have fucking mindless sheep in the Discord server saying that Super Saiyan God needs a buff because it doesn't have any speed. Huh? What? My brother in Christ, let's bring back up the true anger stats one more time. Guys, can you tell me which one's worse? You getting fucking all those mountain of buffs with Super Saiyan God, but you don't get no speed, or this? Which one's worse? If you even say Super Saiyan God, you're gonna get lampooned. Okay, you're not a fucking, you're a sheep, dude. I don't understand it. Majin should be given revive. If you know what? If Majins had revive and they got rid of reform, I would have not said any of the shit I've just said. Why? Because you get a second chance, you're more likely to win raids, and you know what? It leans into the tanky nature that Snake is clearly trying to go for with this race. Which, that would be great. But you don't get that. You get shafted. Because no matter what you say, no matter what you do, every single race in the game can go through and do every single quest with ease. Majins just do that the best. But the quests in this game aren't fucking hard. They're easy as shit. They don't take any fucking effort or skill. Right? You can just fucking mindlessly run at them like a bot and just finish them that way if you really needed to. Right? So it doesn't really matter that they're the best at questing. Right? Because that's not a real fucking attribute or trait, because no one gives a shit about the questing in this game. Everyone cares about doing the fucking raids. That's all people want to do. No one fucking cares, dude. What the fuck does that, what good does that do you? Okay, cool, I can absorb things, so questing is a little bit easier. No, bro, I want to go get fucking Death Saucer from Frieza. Oh, he's brutally molesting me. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't want to get that move anyways. I guess I'll have to go find a raid party. Oh, my stats are too low and people are quite literally racist. Yeah, that's a thing, by the way, in this game, if you guys didn't know that. Yep, oh, I have to master instant transmission so I can teleport to this guy. Well, fuck you too, then. Because that's all you ever get when you're trying to find raids in this game. Is it impossible? No, but I don't like spending my fucking time wasting and chatting with some fucking Neanderthal back-legged fucking fucks who don't give a shit about you, and I'm most likely gonna make the raid harder for you. It's annoying. It just gets fucking old real quick. And you may be wondering, why do you still play this game? Because I like this game. I think Final Stand Remastered is great. But what I don't like is the balancing decisions with some of the races. What I don't like is the obvious favoritism Snake has towards other races. And what I don't like is the lampooning he does to other characters for what seems to be no reason. If you want to make a tank build race, play Jarans. If you want to build a damage race, play Saiyans. If you want to fucking just never have to try or think in your life, play Namekians, right? Every other race is just simply because you want to play them because you think they look cool. The moral of this video is, this game sucks, but is also great at the same time. If I were you, if you want to play Majins, do the health max and key max build, use a mixture between some key moves, some melee moves, and you'll have some fun. That's what I do. I just aim for fun. I don't really care if I win or do raids super efficiently anymore. It doesn't matter to me. But my points are still valid. Right? These are still valid concerns because it's not just about Majins, it's about everyone else too. Because it's not fair that Namekians and Saiyans get God Key and everyone else gets fucked. And on top of that, Namekians get 40 free stats because they confuse with Kami and Nail. It's absurd, my guy. It's positively absurd, and you'll still get those backwooded motherfuckers who eat glue. Well, I'll tell you tooth and nail that Saiyans are bad. Maybe when the game first came out, yes, I would agree that Saiyans were pretty dog shit. Were they the worst race in the game? No. But there are pictures. I had a photo of my friend who is Super Saiyan 2, level 130, and has more stacks than me right now. And he's not level 130 anymore. That same friend is the one that has Super Saiyan God. More stats than this. That's Super Saiyan 2 because he had Super Saiyan 2 Mastered. That's super cool, guys. I'm very glad that that's a thing. What are we doing with this game? Look, I'm not saying that it's going to stay like this forever, but as it stands right now, the Namek update is fine. Majins are bad, humans are bad. Play Namekian, play anyone else, don't even bother. Right? Now, to be fair though, you got to be a little bit more methodical about your builds. Honestly, if you want to do a more brawler type build, you could just do the health max and melee damage build, and you can sauce up content pretty fucking nicely. That was probably my favorite build because I like melee. Because Punisher Drive feels good to use, Gum Pistol feels great, Bloody Smash is really good, Telekinetic Grab is a lot of fun, even though it's not a melee move, but it's still pretty cool. Got a lot of fun, a lot of options with that. But other than that, thanks for watching the video, and as always guys, if you hated it, please leave a mean comment down below. I always appreciate the criticism, and you may not think this, but I do read all of my comments. And as always guys, I'm sorry for the rant, but thank you for listening anyways. Peace out.